We don't have to worry about nothing, 'cause we got the fire, and we're burning one hell of a something, and they...
Hey guys, today I bring you my third fall look, obviously going to be the most vampy look, because who doesn't love a vampy look for fall, really? The main colors I'm using are out of this Black Radiance sister company of Wet n Wild. I used it in my last tutorial too. This is the palette in Urban Jungle, and today I am utilizing more of the brown tones, namely this super dark brown with like a pinkish reddish shimmer, which is why it's my Skies on Fire look. There's also a color like this in the Comfort Zone palette by Wet n Wild, but I do find this one a little, like the shimmer I find transfers a little better out of this one than it does out of the Wet n Wild one. But if you have that, you can easily duplicate this look. I'm also using some transition colors from my Covergirl Goldmine quad, which I've been loving for these fall looks just because it has some really good transition colors. And I am wearing falsies today, so just if you don't like doing falsies, imagine this look with a little less lash. I do think the falsies really make it a little more glamorous and a little nicer. I also went with a bold lip, but you can clearly do a nude if that is your preference. I just wanted to go all out fall for this look. My lip is also by Covergirl, so yeah, all drugstore today. I hadn't even realized that. Like, that's the great thing. Sometimes I use all drugstore without even meaning to, just because I like drugstore products. So if you want to see how to get this fun, vampy fall look that could easily be a great look for any certain kinds of Halloween looks, then please keep watching. Okay. So to start off, you're going to want a nice base. With any like dark shimmery color, you're going to want a good base. Speaking of which, I did not apply my foundation yet, so I recommend that because you are going to get fallout. The base I'm using is the Rimmel Scandaleyes eyeshadow pencil in Bad Girl Bronze. I've been using the heck out of this for these fall looks just because it's a great warm brown, and I love the color of this with my eye color especially, but I think with any eye color it'd be beautiful. So what I do with this is I like to apply it like along my lash line and then use my finger to buff it out and then keep layering it until I get my desired color payoff. I also do the same on the bottom. Don't apply too much to the bottom because you don't want to get crazy down there, but you do want to go kind of far because you know you have lashes, so you're going to want to make sure that you have a nice balance on the bottom as well so it doesn't look too top heavy. Now for the eye, I'm going to go with that dark color last. I wanted to build up some transition color first, and I'm sorry my curls are so wonky today. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm starting with the Covergirl Quad. I'm going to go lightest to darkest with this look. So I'm starting with this peachy nude color that's not very pigmented. I'm just using that to buff out my base on the edges. So I'm taking my blending brush and buffing that through the top and bottom, and then I'm not blending out at all with these transition colors till the end. First, I'm just going to start by applying them. So taking that peachy nude and then heading over to my Black Radiance. I'm taking this warm brown color that I really love. It's like a mid-tone warm brown, and it's quite pigmented and buttery, so really nice color from this quad. This is not a quad, it is palette. So I'm taking that. Pretty much the same basic method as I took that peachy nude. I'm just kind of taking this and I'm not blending it downwards. I'm kind of just keeping it up because since I am applying lashes, I want my eyeshadow to go a little higher just so it's a little more lifted. So I'm just taking it and kind of not pulling it downwards. Okay, and then that last transition color is going to be from this Goldmine quad. I'm going back and forth, so I actually had mine both open so I could just dip my brush. And I'm taking that beautiful warm brown that I absolutely adore, and I'm blending that where I put that other, the color from the Urban Jungle palette. I just only took it on the outer bit and not quite as high up because you want the transition to peak up above your darker color. So I'm just taking it there, and it's going to kind of create a little bit of a transition between my transition colors and that incredibly dark color on the lid. So I'm just pulling that through and also taking that on pencil brush on my lower lash line because I'm not taking that super dark color that far down, so I want to keep the lower lash line a little bit lighter. And then you want to buff everything out, especially on the bottom because you want it to be very soft and smoky down there, and on the top just enough so that you have a clean transition. Not enough to completely blend away the colors. Now it is time for the big player in this look, which is that gorgeous, shimmery color. You can see it better if I tilt it. It's very shimmery, although it doesn't translate quite as shimmery on the lid. So I want to take that on a flat brush and really pack it on so you don't get as much fallout. You still will get fallout, as I said. It just won't be quite as bad. What I'm doing is only taking one dab of that and then really packing it on that lid and starting closest to the lash line because you don't want that color too high, and then kind of pulling it up just a little bit. And then that is going to give you a really harsh line, which you don't want. But you don't want to blend using that color because then you're just going to get a sparkly fallouty mess. So I'm going back in with that warm brown, like mid-tone brown, with my blending brush and going through the crease and then blending that out. And I find that kind of blends out the dark color without as much fallout. Okay, and then I think next I apply that again. This time I wet the brush. I just used my setting spray for my face, wet my brush, put a little more on and dabbed it on top just for a little more of that shimmery impact that you don't really get still that much, but a little bit more. And then once again, same method, taking that mid-tone brown through the crease and blending that out to blend out the harsh edges. Now it's really important that you got some bold liner for this look, I think, because for me personally, if I have dark on the lid, I want the liner to be dark as well. So I'm taking my beloved L'Oreal Infallible Laquer liner in Blackest Black. With the brush it comes with, and I'm just going to start, I do the same order every time I use these. I start with tight line, then take whatever's left on the water line. Today I also pulled it all the way in, which I usually don't do, but I wanted kind of that cat eye shape. Speaking of, this could be a cat makeup tutorial for Halloween if you want it to be. I don't really usually like that look, but I do like the finished effect it gave with my lashes and stuff. So pull that in, and then when I do the waterline, I also pull it out from that corner to create my wing shape for when I do my upper lash line, which I then do by dipping it back in. And you can see I didn't go super thick because I didn't want to completely cover my eyeshadow, but I did want it to be thick enough so that when you put your lashes on, it looks a little more like the lashes belong on your eyes. So I just completely did my wing, pulling it all the way in. Obviously, since I had that color on the inner corner, you want to make sure your liner kind of connects to that. And then I waited for all that to set up. I find this liner doesn't set very fast, but once it does, it's there and locked in. So I don't like to mess with it until it's set, or else it makes a bit of a mess. Once it did set up though, I took an angled brush and that shimmery color and I just wiggled it through my lash line. It's going to set in that liner even more, smudge it out just a little and connect to the top without going too far down with that. I did blend it out just a little, but not too much, just enough to make sure it wasn't a harsh line. Okay, and once all that dark, shimmery, fallouty mess is complete, I went ahead and removed the makeup from under my eyes, all the way down pretty much because I had gotten quite a bit of fallout. Applied my face makeup as per usual, and I also applied my lashes. I didn't want to go into depth with this video just because I figured it might be already kind of long. I did use the Eylure 101s, some of my favorite lashes. This is like a 2-pack, so I have another pair left. Using the glue it comes with, I applied those. I want to see how I apply those lashes. I talk about it more in depth in my Amanda Seyfried look, which I did use those same lashes in that. I do love the Eylure lashes, even though they're a little more expensive. I think the band shape fits my eyes a little better. So I will link that video in case you're interested. I've never done a full-on lash video, so if you are interested in that, let me know. But pretty much just apply your lashes, your favorite eyelashes, if you want to do your falsies. For those had set up, I just applied my mascara. This is the Maybelline Full and Soft in Very Black. Put that on the top to connect my natural lashes with the falsies, as well as on the bottom where we didn't have any lashes yet. I do think the lashes and the mascara really pull this look together. Before that, I was kind of like, is this going to look okay? And it did end up looking okay. And then on the cheeks, I didn't apply any blush, just kind of did my bronzer, and I like the way that looks. I don't think you need any blush with this look, especially if you're going to do a bold lip. And for today's lip, I'm using this. I decided to go bold. You can go nude, but I kind of wanted to embrace the fall trend, and I love this lipstick. It's the Covergirl lipstick in Embrace. You can see it's kind of a MAC Rebel dupe, just like a plummy. It looks a lot vampier than it comes off on the lips, although I did build it up to be a little more intense today. I do think this lipstick would look better with a lip liner, but I didn't personally have one. If you have a lip liner that you could use with this, I recommend it because can be a little difficult to get to be smooth and opaque throughout the lips, but once you get it on, it's good. So what I did was apply the layer, dabbed it with a tissue, and applied some more just to get the full color impact. And I love the way it actually pairs with these eyes because the eyes don't have a lot of color going on. They're more neutral. I feel like you can get away with a bold lip with it if you're a bold person. I mean, obviously this isn't for every day, but obviously again you can go with a nude. I think that would look beautiful as well. I just kind of wanted to go all out. So that is my finished look. Okay, so that is my finished Skies on Fire fall makeup tutorial using my, mainly my Black Radiance Urban Jungle look. I think it's a fun way to incorporate some vampy lips with a vampy eye. I don't think it's too much for myself personally for a dramatic occasion, but obviously it's up to you. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I have 2 more neutral fall looks already up, as well as I'll be doing 2 more colorful fall looks coming up. So lots of fall tutorials. Who doesn't love a good fall makeup look? I don't know, I do. So hopefully you guys did like this. If you did, be sure to like it below, subscribe to see more from me, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!
I think there's something, oh, think there's something, oh.